with a great deal of concern. You know, the civilian deaths are very, very troubling under any circumstance, but deaths of military as well on something where there should be a ceasefire that holds. We don't want to see deaths of military personnel either. So this is a very troubling thing. As I indicated, I was heartened by the Secretary General of the UN's comments encouraging work back to have that ceasefire stick. I thought the Prime Minister's comments assuring the nation that, you know, this will be fine. You know, I don't think they were sort of sugarcoating comments. I thought they were the kind of comments that leaders make to try to bring assurances to the civilian population, and I was heartened to see those reported in the news this morning.
U.S. Share a close tie with Pakistan. Will you urge the government there? Will U.S. be trying to urge the government to de-escalate?
It is very important that this problem be de-escalated. And I know those discussions are taking place. We do have a relationship, obviously. We generally think in the United States that we have more ability to influence positively if we are engaged than if we're not engaged. And so there is an engagement, and yet we do use the tools at our disposal to try to promote better behavior, and we'll continue to do that.
Sir, Pakistan is trying to internationalize this thing. They are saying that UN should come here. What is your view? Is it you see it as a bilateral issue, or you see it's some international intervention?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I think I think sometimes the UN can be a helpful participant in a discussion to return to the ceasefire, for example. So the Secretary General's comments about that were, I thought, appropriate. The right role or the necessity of how deep the UN needs to be engaged, I haven't really thought that through. But as a promoter of peaceful resolution of disputes, the UN does a good job at that, and in that sense, I think their participation should be welcome.